your body count shows on you. Just like smoking eventually shows on you. Negroes that have been smoking weed forever, they feel like they look the same. No, Negro, I should pull up a picture of you before you start smoking weed and now what you look like. It's having an effect on you. They'll tell you all day it's the healthiest thing and all that. It's like, no, it's not. Look at you. You used to look like this. Look at you now. You didn't smoke before, cigarettes or whatever it is, but now look at your face. You don't see the effects of it. A lot of times it's the same way with sex. You don't see the effects of it till years and so many bodies and bodies later. This is an Iwebu production.
Period.
Does body count matter? What should be a deal breaker?
Yeah. It's kind of, isn't it quite unique that he's asking a woman? Because I feel like society has set up this idea that men are gonna have bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies, right? Yeah. And they kind of expect that. Like if we're at a place in this culture where women are expecting their man to cheat, women are, they just like all men cheat. All men, got a bunch of bodies. All men do just all men are trash. For me, personally, I have always cared about that. I have always cared about how many partners someone has had because I feel like your emotional capacity for me lessens the more bodies you have. To me, my opinion. That's it, y'all. Opinion. Yeah. Opinion. This is TK's thoughts. I'm not saying this is how you should think. I'm not saying this is what they said to think. Nothing. It's just me. I think someone's emotional capacity for me, it lessens. Because I'm gonna show y'all what my mind does, and this is probably why they think we crazy, babe. Y'all think women are crazy. Okay, when I hear 50 women, right? I hear a minimum of 50 times with each 50 person. What's that? 500. Then I multiply that because I think you lying in the first place. So it's probably 75 women. And I just keep multiplying. And then I'm like, where was it done? Y'all probably did it everywhere. The car, the park, the basement, in school. And that's what my mind does. And it just, after a while, disgusts me and I'm turned off. And I actually don't want you. But I've always been like that. Like I tell you this before. Like I never was attracted to like the it guy or like, cause I know that it guy came with a bunch of bodies. Like I'm cool. I don't want that. But back to the I believe the depth of it for me was the emotional capacity because I believe, and I'll be transparent with us. Like when I first got with Namdi, you were fresh out of an engagement, like 3, 4, 5 months when we first started dating.
About 3-4 months or so.
Yeah, 3-4 months. Namdi was not completely emotionally there for me. There was still some emo, and as you would expect, he was with his ex for, almost 8 years on and off, and so I knew that. I felt it. I'm like, it's the emotional capacity is not there. So I'm not only saying that because I it's in my brain, but I've experienced it a couple of times. So for me, it's more so of. And then the emotional capacity being small is, in my mind, soul ties. We went to a marriage boot camp, and they had a portion in the boot camp where they encouraged us to repent for soul ties. I mean, or break the soul ties. Yeah. And we went through they
went through an exercise. It was dope. They had like some yarn. And they stretched it across the whole crowd. Yeah. And we threw it from one area to the other, and it got all the way back up to the stage. And they basically were just trying to show you, like,
you got to go through all of these people to get back to this.
Get to this. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a dope illustration.
And it backs my point. I got to go through all those women just to get back. Like we got, and so they had to cut off all of those women. So I think it's more than a number. It is how I think of your soul being full. where's there room for me if you've had so many bodies? And not saying that you can be free, you can cut them, and the Lord can deliver you, and life goes on. But like at the same time, it kind of is what it is. Like you have the experience that you have, and so again, I think it what was the second part of the question? The first,
is it a deal breaker?
Yeah. So, yeah. Yes. So, yes, body count it matters to me because I knew my number, and then and I didn't even start realizing until I got older. Like, oh my, people out here, like people are out here. And I remember telling them, I'm like, I think the new norm is like 60, 75 bodies for people my age. Yeah. And so I can only imagine what your age is doing right now. Like we probably in the 200s. And so not even trying to just be funny, y'all, and be judgmental. Again, I think about a crowded soul. Literally.
Just barely can get to the
you can't get to me. Like how can this be good if you've experienced every type of vagina, every type of mouth, every type of cuddle? Like I think about that. And so yes, a high number is a deal breaker for me. For sure. And honestly, mainly not even just the to me, y'all, me. Not even just the nasty part of it, because I think about just how many times you've been in something else. But honestly, the fact that emotionally you are not available until you've cut off those soul ties.
Yeah, you really like simply at the marriage boot camp, they did a exercise and they had like a prayer or something that you can do, just repenting of this person that you've been with. You don't understand that it says like the Bible talks about the two becoming one flesh.
Yeah, every
like
time
you're basically marrying each other in the spirit. I remember one of my old mentors' wives just like telling me, like I said something about she said she accidentally called one of my kids' moms my wife. She said, your wife, your ex-wife or something. I'm like, I wasn't never married to her. She said, Negro, you married her in the spirit? I was like, dang, she's kind of right.
Yeah.
Like I kind of did. So like,
kinda.
no, it kind of, I did.
Yeah.
You understand?
For
And so
sure.
these things have to be spiritually like broken off.
Yeah.
And this stuff doesn't come easy at all. So
and I just want to make that, I want to drive that point home about cutting soul ties, like spiritually cutting that. Again, that was my first time like saying, oh, I've never spiritually cut a soul tie. Yeah. I've never like sat there and was like, God, I cut that. I end that. God, any seed. I've repented. Yeah. No, I've definitely repented. Like, oh Lord, I know that was wrong. Like, I know I wasn't supposed to be sleeping with him. I know I wasn't supposed to do that with her. I know that. God, I repent. I'm sorry. I've done that. But like actually talking to that soul tie, like you will not continuously confuse me. You will not, because it's just so like you end up just having so much residue from those people. Yeah. Like I remember just dealing with certain issues of like anger, of sadness, of depression. I'm like, this ain't even me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you'll come out of something and be like, you're not a depressed person. Why? Oh, your ex was sad. And now you finding yourself sad and moving a certain way. And so I think that's also why people like that are married start looking like.
That's what I was about to say that, babe. Like we literally
my sister
used to say that.
Tamara and Gerald look like brother and sister.
They're starting to look like I guess we probably start looking like each other in certain things because now we've been together so many times intimately in so many ways and all that. Mm-hmm. Like we have certain things that rub off.
Oh my gosh! Each other. Yes.
Like it's certain things
this
that
man
you
be
do
doing. Yes.
That I'm like it comes off of me. It comes from me, and then the same thing from me. From her to me.
Yeah.
And like I'm like even like dang okay. I wouldn't have been like that if it wasn't for me dealing with my wife.
But that's actually the beauty of it.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty when it's done right.
The flip side is when it's done right. When you have a soul tie with your spouse. Yeah. When you have, is it called that? That's a healthy, right?
That's the healthy soul tie.
Okay, so the healthy soul tie of
eternal.
You're right. Yeah. Having it with your spouse is that. So we're both continuously striving to be more like Christ. That's what we're doing in our walk. So if I rub off on Namdi, I pray and hope most time it's something that's good, a part of my, like there's things that I would not be if I was not obviously married to you, but
And
a
vice
soul
versa.
tie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's benefits of having a soul tie when you're married.
Yes,
but when
definitely.
you out here bad and you have a soul tie with this dude,
She almost said it. She stopped though. That's good. I've been teaching her not to say that no more.
he
We
has
will not oppress ourselves, my people.
y'all,
I see the hat. Feel
yes,
me?
y'all. Pray for me because
I
I be
substituted that word with Negro.
Negro. Yeah.
Yep, I found that from
yeah. You
I found
started
that
saying
replace.
it.
I did that way before.
No, you'll say it every once in a while,
Every
and I
once in
think
a
it's
while.
because of me.
Probably so.
Yeah,
I
because
get too mad that I just.
I be
really
like,
just,
these niggas out here. Da, 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 da. It's not good. Y'all, I'm really working on that.
Definitely.
I
You
don't.
doing great,
Yeah,
though.
I'm trying, but yeah. Instead of like having a soul tie from this dude and he had anger problems and this dude was halfway bipolar and this dude got what he was perverted or what you be wondering why you're dealing with stuff and it's like because it's like 40 people on the inside of your brain. It's 40 people on the inside of your spirit and your soul. And so the beauty of having a soul tie like this, and I'm gonna let you go because I'm going too long because I'll keep going. That's the beauty. Like I'm like, that's why I want to drive this home. Like this is the beauty when you do it right.
Yeah.
Because Namdi does. I've been like, even me talking like I'm talking like him. I'm walking integrity that he's showing
Well, that
me.
sauce,
I'm
don't you? Go ahead. No, just go
oh
ahead.
my gosh, the sauce.
No, go ahead.
Be snatching the souls. That's what happens.
Me snatching
That's
yours.
what
You know how
happens.
it go.
Yeah,
You know
when
how
you
it go.
snatching each other's souls,
Yeah.
you're intertwining but you do end up benefiting. And then if
In a great way in the union.
if your spouse ain't healthy, you also gonna get that too. But
You're gonna also get that. It's crazy. It made me think of, babe. One time we were looking at. I somehow ran into a picture of an ex of mine, and what I bring this to is, that your body count shows on you. Just like smoking eventually shows on you. Negroes that have been smoking weed forever, they feel like they look the same. No, Negro, I should pull up a picture of you before you start smoking weed, and now what you look like. It's having an effect on you. They'll tell you all day it's the healthiest thing and all that. It's like, no, it's not. Look at you. You used to look like this. Look at you now. You didn't smoke before, cigarettes or whatever it is, but now look at your face. You don't see the effects of it. A lot of times it's the same way with sex. You don't see the effects of it till years and so many bodies and bodies later. We ran into a picture of one of my exes. It just happened to be, I think my mom or something still had the pictures and we cleaning out her stuff. And you was like, dang, she actually did look good. Like,
crazy.
it was like she actually did look good. Okay, she said I was wondering
That
like, why
transformation
did you,
was high key
You was
demonic.
like, why, I was wondering why you was even like you ever dealt with her. I was like,
Literally.
why would he deal with somebody that don't look good?
I was so confused when I saw
and I
your
didn't want to
ex.
feel like I didn't.
Brag
I
that
was
she was
I
pretty.
wasn't trying to brag. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't, I wouldn't feel like I'm
that would've
trying
been
to
the problem.
defend a ex or something.
Like, no, she was
But
bad.
I'm like, listen, I would look at some. Hey, y'all ever ran into some of y'all exes and saw them? And when they didn't got so many bodies deep. Man, you'd be like, dang, what happened to the girl that I was talking to in high school that was, well, she was only 1 or 2 bodies in at that time.
Yeah.
Now she 30, 40, 50, 60 bodies in. Face started changing. Her spirit started changing. She still got Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, like New Edition said. Like, she got them all intertangled in her.
It's
and so she has a mixture of these
crazy.
dudes. And now she don't even look. So I was like, we could pull up the pictures if we
Yo,
was able to
she
show this
looks
person. Night and
like
day.
her, like she should be her mama or grandma.
Yeah.
I was so confused when I saw your ex.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you elevated because everybody keeps telling like, Namdi did good. I'm like, what? Yeah, compared to that, yeah. But then I saw the picture, and it's so crazy because
It's a difference.
people talk about like, smoking is for me. I can't even think about when I was smoking, and I remember my mom saying something. Oh no. I remember my ex sister was like, what'd she say? Remember I told you the story? My ex sister said something about my appearance.
Oh, how good.
Oh no, my lips were black. Okay. She was like, Takesha, your lips are getting black. Y'all, I promise on everything, that day I went downstairs in that restroom, and that was the first time I saw that my lips were getting black.
You didn't even notice it.
I didn't even notice it. waking up, putting on clothes, still thinking I was the finest thing. And even when I look back at how skinny I was like, I was dusty. Like, I looked so bad. Like, I looked smoked the freak out. And a lot of times while you're doing that, you think you psyching people out. Baby, you used to be thick, round, beautiful skin. Your jaws are sinking in.
But you're in a sunken place now, so
You're
you
in
don't
a
even know
sunken
it.
place. Yes, but like physically, you look bad. Like, that's just the real deal. And that's coming from someone. I can look at my old, and I remember going on Facebook like, oh, delete. Like, why nobody told me my lips was the color of my iPad case?
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you about Jesus, though.
Come on.
Because a lot of times when I tell people that I used to do any of this, they're like, what?
Really?
Where? When? The way that I glue up from my body, like, the Lord didn't bless me with a body until I gave everything up. The Lord didn't bless me with good skin until I gave all those things up. But I mean, just scientifically and naturally, like, you stop smoking. And first of all, when it comes to weed, people want to say that's from the earth. Yes, it is. And it can be used for medicinal purposes, but we're never supposed to smoke it. That's something that you were supposed to put in a tea. I just want to put that out there for someone. If y'all actually research herbs, and we're not talking about the THC of getting high, you're not supposed to roll it up and smoke it. Let me just put that out there. But yes, it's crazy how obviously drinking and smoking, you can see that, but you can see bodies too. Like, you can see when a woman has been ran through.
Hey, this is a mirror check for somebody right now. Listen, as you're hearing this and as you're looking at us right now, if you're a smoker, okay, if you're a smoker of any form, you might want to do a mirror check, or you might want to ask somebody who will tell you the truth that's not a smoker. Hey, cuz,
Do I look different?
do I look a little bit different than what I used to before I started smoking? They're probably gonna say, Negro, yes. You definitely do. Let me show you something real quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or something, or, you know, in the same thing comes for right now as far as your body count. You don't know.
Yeah.
But way back, if you look at your picture when you got with the first dude to where you didn't got with the last dude you just got through sleeping with, and the same thing for men, you probably look a lot different. But like she said, the blood of Jesus Christ can wash that away. Listen, you may not look like it overnight, okay? You may not look like that, but if you really go through the process of sanctification and discipleship, like, you really let the word just wash all that away, and you start living the Christ like life. Okay, giving up the weed. Okay, yes. Can I smoke it and I go there? Yeah, you can do that. Okay, but it really is usually an idol. Okay, instead of running to Jesus, you're running to the blunt. Okay, so that's really what happens. And you can say you don't, but we know the real facts about it.
First of all, if you gotta get high to just wake up and go to work, that's mind blowing to me that y'all don't think that is like literally.
I knew somebody like that. That's crazy.
So y'all really wake and bake.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild to me. Like, that's a dependency, and the fact that y'all be like, no, I just like it, I can give it up, then do it.
Listen, let me tell you.
Then do it. First of all, half the time y'all don't even have the money to be able to afford it. Yeah. It's too much money, y'all. I remember now that I don't get high anymore. I just remember now that I see people high, I'm like, I know they don't. This is about to be a shot. I'm sorry, but I'm like, I know they don't know how dumb they look. Like, you look crazy with your eyes red and sitting there like this, looking dumbfounded. It's not a good look. Not a good look. It is not a good look. And so I just want to put that out there as well. Sorry, man.
Listen, we just wanted to let you know that Jesus can make you brand new. And that, I don't know how we got all the way on there, but that's just a clear message to somebody. Yeah. Please take that and change your life. Yeah. I guess I'll answer to this real quick.
Oh my gosh.
It's all good. But for me, body count does matter. You knew that from the beginning. You know, if you're a guy and you can deal with not, you know, you don't matter who she slept with, then cool. I definitely wasn't that guy. I came into the situation and I knew right away. I wanted to know who you slept with. I wanted to know how many you slept with and who you slept with.
You did.
Okay, because that could be a deal breaker in itself. I remember talking to somebody at one point, and we was sitting there. I had this girl over to my place and everything, and she said she dealt with, and I started going through her facts. Okay, I'm like, okay, cool, your resume good, you got a good job, all this, nurse. Okay, cool, let's do this. Okay, let's see what you're talking about. Who you know that I know? Okay, how you know him? Oh, you slept with him. Oh, that's my frat brother. I will now see you to the door. And I literally like, it wasn't like that, but it kind of was like, oh, and she was like, come, are you serious? Like, that's really a problem. Like, yeah, she like, are you serious? You gonna really be you tripping over there? Yes, I am. And I couldn't. Here's the thing. Fast forward to eventually, I think by the time we got married, we ended up coming back to our old church, and my frat brother now goes to the church. And so I was just like, what if I would end up being with her? And now I got to look at this Negro all the time.
Embarrassing.
Knowing that he smashed, now like that, it depends. It depends on if you could deal with that person. I couldn't have dealt with knowing the actual person that it was. Okay. I maybe could deal with some people, but it was that guy. I was like, nah. Mm-mm.
That's so crazy.
I know he was.
He's
how he got down.
The truth, y'all. Like
literally the truth.
I still remember the very moment where you asked me how many and who.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to know who.
Oh, yeah.
Do I know anybody? Like I remember almost trembling. Like I was just like, because I was like, I really want to be with you. Like,
yeah,
this is really gonna be. And I knew, I could tell by your demeanor you were dead serious. Like. If I hear one name, I'm out of here.
Listen, I stopped talking to a girl over some, my non-negotiables are real. Once I got saved, okay, I stopped talking to a girl because she let me know that something was wrong with her. Like it was something about her foot. I'm big on the feet. I want to. Hey, my wife got pretty. Don't y'all ever look at my wife's feet. But hey, listen, that's one of the things that was. Jesus. I was looking. I'm like, Lord, let her. She's so cool. Let her feet be right. Lord, looked at them. Thank you, Father. Yeah. Yes, you know what I'm saying. But I stopped it because of, hey, she had a thing about her foot, and I really didn't see it. She kept telling me about it. And I was just like, it was something that she kept telling me about. She never would let me see it. I'm just like, all right, I know that's going to be a problem down the line. So I just like, all right, cool. Let's let this fade away. And they end up doing that. We just cool friends or whatever. Like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know how we got on that. But body count matters, y'all.
That's hilarious, y'all. Because he's really like this.
I'm really like this. And people think, somebody used to call me shallow. I remember one of the girls at church, she'd be like, "Nah, you so shallow." So, but hey, listen, this is what I wanted. Yeah. Okay, I don't care. Listen, and I'm okay with you having a double standard if it's your non-negotiable.
Right.
I had a double standard. Listen, I wanted a girl with no kids.
Right.
She had no kids. No. Well, why would you be like that when you had 2 kids by 2 different women? Because I still wanted room to make more. Okay, if we both come in with 2 kids, we's over. I knew my limit. It was a wrap.
Yes.
We didn't need to have no more kids.
Absolutely
so that's my thing. So again, I believe so. For me, yes, body count does matter. It couldn't be past a certain level. And most time, if a woman told me a certain number, I doubled that automatically. Even when she was telling me my number,
that would have been like, nope.
It couldn't be past 10. It couldn't be past 10. Past 10 is like, nah, we
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, she's 35 though, babe.
Maybe that's why I didn't make it to that.
Yeah.
Okay. I drafted when it was time. I saw you coming out the lineup, and I saw you, and I was like,
I drafted.
All right, I think she might be the.
That's also the beauty of marrying young. That's the beauty of marrying young, because you got me so young, and my number was.
That's I literally I said that. I think I was telling my homie my bro white boy Rob. I was telling him that when I met you. I said one of the good things too is she ain't, she don't act. I was talking about you. You wasn't there. We was having a conversation. I said, man, she's not past the age limit that I won't go past. But she also don't act. Like I think you at that time was 21 going on 22. She don't act like that. She acts more mature than the girls that I've been with this about 30 something now.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. And so I said, but also she hasn't had a lot of bodies on her either. Yeah. And I know if you keep going through life and you keep going through your 20s and you don't really dedicate yourself to abstinence like Portia Love was talking about on Tap In with TK. Shameless plug. Y'all need to check that out for all you single ladies.
Good.
But if you don't dedicate your life to that like she has done for over a decade,
them bodies stack.
Them bodies gonna stack.
Yeah.
And now I got to deal with so many different skeletons I got to get through just to get to you. And so you unfortunately had to deal with more of that on the vice versa because I had a higher number. I didn't have nothing crazy. But
it wasn't even your number. It was baby mama.
Yeah, that was one too big or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's something that could be a major way. I mean, guys now, man, I feel for people out there. I know one of my frat brothers, and this was as of way back when me and you met, he was at 100.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like probably my age.
Yeah, I knew.
So he was already at 100. So I'm
a basketball player.
He's still single. He probably at 2 something right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, But listen, again, that it matters if it matters to you and if it's a deal breaker for you. How do you know if it's a deal breaker? Only if you sit down and you write your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
Okay, your boundaries will set up your pre-existing yes and no's or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's going to set that up. Okay, oop, sorry, yep, she's fine, but yeah, that's outside the boundary of what I was looking for. On to the next one. Hey, I think we'll be good friends.
And I just want to also just like get back to a place of like encouraging, and I'm not saying run to the altar and run to go get married. And like, if you are young watching this, like now again, looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I would have got married at 19. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have did it
things
even
added up right.
Yeah, like I would have got married even younger to you because like
you couldn't add to me, but
why?
If all things was if we were closer, cause baby, you was 19. Oh yeah, we could have. Yeah, you was of legal age, but I wouldn't have been looking at you. Go ahead.
Well, yes, you would have. You would have still.
I would 19. But come on,
baby, keep on.
I've been 27. No,
27
I just
and
wasn't.
19?
I just wouldn't have, baby.
Yes, you would. Boy, I would have
ahead.
got you so easily.
Okay, go ahead.
We would have been chopping it up. You would have
Go
thought.
ahead.
You would have thought
You
I
barely
was
made it.
little sis.
You barely made it.
I barely
No,
made it. What was the
I'm
best
talking
thing that
about-
happened in your
You
life?
are. You
What
are.
you mean?
You are. But I'm just saying
Literally.
the age limit. It was the
Yeah.
highest.
Oh, yeah.
It was the biggest gap that I ever had. And I had to think about it. I had to really.
Yeah.
I had to think long and hard on that.
You did.
But you showed up way more mature and older. Thank God for your sister. Shout out to all my sisters in love. Okay,
Yeah.
sisters in love. Tina, Reese, Tamara. Thank y'all because she's around older women.
Not
Not that old. I'm sorry, sis. I'm turning a compliment to something bad. But I'm saying because she had older sisters. Okay, forgive me. I love y'all because she was around older sisters. She had older sisters.
Yes, I know.
You know,
yes.
they know what I mean. Because they
Yes.
still not old right now.
Nah.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're not old. They don't look it or none of that.
Yeah.
But because she had an example that was more of maturity, and you was
Right.
always around it, and you hung with your mama. You said you used to be sitting at the coffee shops with your mama and them,
Denny's.
and they doing Bible study, and
My
you
mama,
sitting
my
up there
grandma,
as
my
a
uncle.
teenager. Again, your whole
Preteen.
residue was just like this older person. That's why I think now, even we kind of got sidetracked, but that's why even now, even when you're around girls that's around your age or whatever, you're younger than a lot of them, but you show up like way more like, I guess, show up way more mature in a way.
That's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, because you was around. You're gonna be like your surroundings.
I be coming back from a place. I be like, baby, I feel old.
Yeah.
Like I be like, I don't move like them. Like I just don't have all of that rah
Yeah.
too much in me anymore.
Yeah.
Like not like that, but like I just like Namdi said, I was raised with. I was around my uncle who was a pastor. My mom who would be considered like she's not a young mom. So I mean I don't think she cares. I'm 29. My mom is 63. No, 5.
She is.
So yeah, that's so that's that. I was back in the day. They told me I had older parents, so I had older parents, and I hung with my mama a lot, and so yeah, that was a big point. But oh my gosh, what was I about to say? What was the last thing we said?
About your sister.
No, it was
situation?
about something. Yes, this is why I encourage, and this is only for look. You can fast forward this. If this ain't for you, it ain't for you. If it is for you, you're going to know it's for you. This is why I encourage women, like, I just want to kind of find myself in my 20s. I never desired to have my own house. I never desired to have my own apartment. I never desired to pay bills and, like, be out here. Because I know what comes along with that. Like, if I got my own spot, I'm going to have a dude slide up. Like if I knew that back then, even when I wasn't necessarily striving to be abstinent, but I knew what came with having your own spot as a grown adult. I didn't want that. I knew numbers would start adding up. And that is the beauty for me. Like, what I'm saying is now being, almost 7 years in with you married, 8 years together in August, that's probably my biggest accomplishment. One of them, obviously, outside of Christ, being a mom, all of that, is marrying young. Because now I'm like, okay, like I'm able to brag about a low count now because
I'm not saying you would have been out here, but just
not out here. But okay, let's just
going
say
through life.
I'm 29.
Yeah.
And let's just say I had a boyfriend every 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That number still adds up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people ain't out here bad and just this dude next and this dude. They're in relationships. And they're settled down and they keep getting in relationships. You keep doing a year relationship, a 6-month relationship. Next thing you look up, you will have 10 plus, 15 plus. You 35, 40. Yeah, you got 30 partners, you know? So
now you're giving up on love.
Right. Now you don't want to get married. Now you just want your animals in your career. Like, so no, it being in this place of getting married young. That's why I talk to my nieces or any young woman that watches this, like, don't believe that foolishness. Like, go find yourself first. You gonna find yourself in penises. That's what you gonna find. Find yourself in bodies. Find yourself in soul ties. And you ain't finding yourself. You actually losing yourself as you continuously give yourself away.
To all these people, little bits and pieces.
And then you get settled down. You 35, want to get married after 400 people, and now you gotta go find. Gotta take this back from Damien. Gotta take this back from Daquan. Gotta take this back from Michael. That's what you really gotta do. And that's why we say, y'all, there's consequences to living that lifestyle. Yes, God will bless you for eventually getting it right and doing it right, but that don't take away the reaping of what you sowed. So
overall, like, body count does matter. Listen, like she's saying, listen, I say if you're a young person watching this, I'm talking about you in your teens, somehow you didn't came up on this, you in your early 20s or whatever, man, find Christ early. Get dedicated and have a relationship with him, get in purpose, and then get yourself married. That is a great thing that you
if you
can
desire.
Yeah, if you desire.
Yeah, because people don't desire that no more. Oh, but
no. If you're a believer, unless you got the gift, like Paul said, of being basically singleness, which is pretty much none of us, meaning that you singleness, meaning that you not actually having sex, like you got the gift of not even desiring sex or anything.
Yeah.
Which I don't believe is much of nobody. Okay. Then yes, you need to find Christ, find your purpose. Then, like I said, go ahead and get yourself married. You ain't got to go through all this wreck of your singleness and thrown by the waves, anyway, and be anchored. Man, listen, again, I'll say reference to, I'm sorry, shameless plug on the Tap In with TK with Portia Love. She definitely blessed it and did a great job as far as singles. Y'all definitely should check that out. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, that's it. Overall, like, I know we're going to sound repetitive, but definitely, if it works, it works. If it ain't broken, we ain't fixing nothing. No. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to, but we're not saying the same thing without connecting our lives to it and our experiences to it. Like, we're not saying these things because we're so far away from it. Like, no, that hurt bad. That decision hurt. Still dealing with some of the pain.
But you know what I'm saying? But God's grace, you're looking at a product of grace. I don't want anybody, I said this today to you, I said, I hope people don't compare their day one, like, to what our 7 years in the game.
Their what now?
Like, their day one to our 7 years in the game. And what I'm saying as far as marriage, like, well, you telling me not to do this, you telling me to do that, but look at y'all. Yeah. Like, it's like you seeing grace through a lot of consequential things that happen in some early parts.
Grace and a lot of hard work.
Yeah, a lot of hard work.
Like,
a lot, like being anchored in Christ. You may not be able to make it through that part of it. And so that's why we're saying, hey, listen, I know you seeing us here. You may not make it that far. You may end up with the D word. Y'all might end up in divorce court and be done as far as that goes, because you did not want to listen to us or whatever the case may be. And so we wanted to put that out there.
Yes.
Kind of went into a different segue as far as that goes, but that's the end of our show, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Like she said, like, subscribe, do all that, comment, share, everything.
Run it up.
Until next time, we holler at y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace. Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Ewables. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.
Holla.